of Run Try Bike and Adam Lee, the founder of Community Trail Running, will present 3 food items to each other, and we have to choose which of them we are going to eat, toss, or carry to the next aid station. So if you thought that this was going to be a show on tips on a healthier diet, you've come to the wrong place, but stick around and have a good laugh. Our format is that 2 times per month we chat with. One time I am the presenter of the food items, and the other time Adam presents to me. So before I present to Adam what his food choices are today, I want to remind you that if you like this show, and I'm not sure why you wouldn't, because it's kind of funny, be kind to us and subscribe, rate, and review on the Everyday Athlete Podcast Network, wherever you get your podcasts. We have other shows there as well, from What's in Your Earbuds to Fireside Chat, Fiery Embers, the Running Tales with Craig Lewis, and Beyond the Finish Line with Joe Harden. Plus, inside tip here for you folks, there are more shows joining us in 2025 with a debut in 2024, maybe. Okay, yes. So subscribe to the Everyday Athlete Podcast Network so you don't miss out on that one coming. Hey, buddy, how are you doing? Are you ready for the tough task of selecting which food to eat, toss, or carry today?
Happy Friday, Jason, and I'm as ready as I ever am on a Friday for you.
For those of you who are listening to this show and not watching it on YouTube or live, Adam is up in the Alberta province of Canada, and he is in a beanie, looks like a scarf, and did you say it was 2 degrees Celsius there?
Yeah, it's somewhere just above freezing, basically.
Yeah, so if you do the math and you get your calculator out and take your socks off and use your toes to count, I think that's like 36 degrees. I'm not sure.
Right, it's all gibberish to me. I'll just nod.
Math. Who needs it?
Right? Friday, I left work. No more numbers.
I threw that calculator out the car window as I was driving home. All right, dude.
And for the kids out there, calculators are things that are not on your phone, but separate pieces of equipment.
No kidding. Right? Did you have like a Texas calculator when you were growing up? Did you have a TI? I think it was like TI 135 or something. I mean, it had like 100 buttons on it.
Right, whatever one that you were allowed to have in the classroom, but not during the tests, of course, because you had to have these fucking things memorized for some reason. Because you know how you memorize all this stuff now, right? You don't go to ChatGPT and just type in your question. No one does that.
Or ask your coworker, "Hey, I can't figure out how to do this. Can you help me?"
Right? Do you have the cheat sheet with like the formula plugged in? Like I'm not doing the math here. Come on. X, Y, Z, fuck off.
So speaking of ChatGPT, I went to ChatGPT for today's question. So the label on our episode today is Food Fight Friday at the Aid Station, Calgary Edition. So I went to ChatGPT to ask it for the names of the sports teams, since I know how dialed into the CFL you are. And then connected food to them. So
okay.
First sports team is the Calgary Flames, and that food equates to a flame broil Whopper from Burger King.
Oh, boy.
The second team is the Calgary Stampeders, which is a team in the CFL, but it's also an event that takes place in Calgary, the Calgary Stampede, and they have a pancake breakfast, which includes pancakes with maple syrup and butter, breakfast sausage links, scrambled eggs, coffee, and OJ. It's a lot of stuff. And then there is
that to recover from the night before at Stampede. That's how that
works. That's how they came up with it.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last one is the Calvary FC, which is a soccer club in Calgary. And here, bear with me as I had to do some connect the dots here. So Calvary in Spanish is Calvaria, which is skull, which has led me to you having to choose between ghost pepper wings because they've got the skull on them. So your options are a flame broil Whopper from Burger King, the Calgary Stampede ghost pepper wings.
All right. Well, I love the local tie-in. Well done on your research this week, Jason. I am 100% pitching the ghost pepper wings. Like that's You could have gave me the sauerkraut juice again as the other thing. I think that's fine. Hammer it home, baby. So yeah, no, ghost pepper. We're tossing those. Whopper. If it's not even Wednesday and I get a Whopper, like give me that. I'll eat that right there. I love that. I'll crush me a flame broiled Whopper. Shout out Burger King. If anyone at Burger King, Canada or US is listening, we will take Whoppers for pay.
We'll drop them in the mentions on the show notes for sure.
Right? Let's live like kings. And then absolutely, yes, we got a secondary title now. And I'll absolutely carry that Stampede breakfast. That's no problem. I can make friends on the trail with that thing. Like, you want a sausage? Pancake? And I will drink.
But how are you going to carry all that shit? How do you carry all that shit? You're going to get like a big Ziploc bag, like a gallon Ziploc bag, and just drop it all in there and then just eat it with a fork as you're walking and hiking through the rest of the trail?
I mean, if it's like a Stampede breakfast, I assume they have a paper plate for me. And I'm going to walk and rock, baby. Like,
in one flask, you've got the coffee, and in the other flask, you've got the OJ.
Right? That's it. And then just, drown that shit in maple syrup. And anyone that comes past me, because eating all that, I'm going to get past a lot. I can, sausage.
Yeah, but you'll be fueled for the late kicking. While they're hurting, you'll be kicking it in later because you'll be well fueled.
Right. And not only that, but you could really crush a trail nap after that thing.
I just had an idea. Stanley makes those metal tumblers that are insulated and stuff. Why can't they make like a pliable insulated flask that we could actually put hot coffee into?
So we have insulated flasks where I work. I'm not sure hot or cold, to be honest with you. I didn't know it. I didn't even know they existed. I just saw this the other day. So I will look into it more. It might actually exist.
Man, we need that. That would be awesome. When you come up on, if you're doing 100-miler and dusk is setting in, it's cold. And then when dawn starts, it's so cold at the dawn. Like if you had a insulated flask for a hot coffee or hot cocoa, that would be awesome. Or
it's like soup broth, even like whatever.
Yeah. And we're going to drop this in the show notes too. Scratch. You guys make a hot apple cider hydration mix drink. What if we get a sponsorship on that and we put that in our insulated flasks? Scratch, hello.
We're for sale here, okay? I have a fun fact about those Stampeders. Did you know that The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, played for the Calgary Stampeders?
I didn't know he played for the Calgary Stampeders. I knew that he played football at the University of Miami. So think about that, dude. He went from the University of Miami, where it's like 95 degrees and 90% humidity, to Calgary.
Right. And I think he was actually just a practice squad guy. I don't know if he actually played in a game. That part is you'd have to research, but I think it's pretty funny that he was in Calgary at some point and like part of the Stamps, and now he's the friggin', well, not The Rock anymore. He's Dwayne Johnson, for gosh sakes. But anyway,
guess who's getting tagged in the show notes again?
Shout out The Rock.
He's got money. He'd want to sponsor this show.
Totally. All right. Well, now it's your time. It's your time. Your turn to spin it around and answer yourself.
Yeah. So, true story. At Cocodona. Oh, I lost him. Where did he go? At Cocodona 120. At Cocodona 250 a number of years ago, I had my man. You didn't even want to hear my answer. You just left. F that guy. So I'm going to eat the Whopper. And here's a true story. At Cocodona, the first year it happened, I raced it and knew that when I got to Prescott, all I wanted was 2 and sure enough to Prescott, and they were the greatest things ever. And then shout out to Brian Pacente this past year at Across the Years. I was doing the backyard ultra there, and he was leaving to go get food. And he's like, I'm going to Burger King. I'm like, dude, in a joking manner, I'm like, well, if you're there, you might as well pick me up an Impossible Whopper. And he sure did. So there's a picture of me eating that Impossible Whopper on the Run Try Bike Instagram feed. So I'm absolutely eating the Whopper. I'm ditching the pancake breakfast. And the reason I'm ditching ditching the pancake breakfast is because I can't figure out how to carry all of that shit.
I just told you.
Yes, we now have insulated yeah, but I already drilled in my head. I'm ditching it. Like it's just too much, man. I was like, oh, forget it. And I'm eating the wings, but I'm going to be strategic about eating. I figure if the next aid station is about 12 miles away, that's going to take me somewhere between 3 to 4, 5 hours, depending on maybe I'm going over the mountain over your shoulder there. And so if I get halfway through, by the time I'm ready to get going, if you know what I mean, I'll be at the aid station. So it would push me to get to that next aid station, and I can take care of business in the wet there or the honey bucket, and I'm good to go. So that's what I'm going with, because I just can't figure out, like, maple syrup, butter, breakfast sausage links, scrambled eggs, coffee, and OJ. That's a lot.
Right? That's still though.
Oh,
like
I think we
that,
lost
like,
Adam again.
Oh. Just the worst. Hang
Folks,
on.
we do this show live. There you are. You're good. It's near freezing in Crow's Nest Pass where Adam is, and so his internet might be freezing while he's outdoors shivering at this point. So, folks, thank you so much for joining Adam and I on Food Fight Friday at the aid station, the Calgary edition. Let us know in the comments, which of these foods are you going to eat, carry, or toss? A Calgary or wing honor of the
I hope so. I apologize. Oh, I think I'm gone.
in the show, and we send everybody off into the weekend.
Yeah, I look forward to engaging with everyone.
This is the live show, folks. This is what happens. Check out Adam's. Make sure you check out Adam's stuff at communitytrailrunning.com. He has a Substack. He also has a podcast that comes out weekly, and he's working with Chantel Erickson with another show that comes out monthly. Episode 2 recently dropped, so make sure you check that out, communitytrailrunning.com. He's also one of the hosts of the Trail Running Film Festival, which will be getting going. I don't know what's happening with your feed, brother, but thank you for joining me on another hilarious Food Fight Friday at the aid station, and I will talk to you next week where you can present to me. You still disconnected, dude?
I don't know what's going on here, man. The most frustrating part is I did nothing. You know, I'm just sitting here. I think
it keeps breaking up so bad it's awful.
Right? Like, and the worst part is like, I'm not. Oh, is that any better? No.
Nah. All right, dude. I'll let you go. I will see you next week, and I will chat you, and we'll get on to collaborator in a few.